Nigeria. Our members are clearly suffering. Nigerians are clearly suffering. Some people trek to work today. I have someone who told me that he comes to work 4 times a week and that his salary is about 45,000 naira and that he lives somewhere around Maraba, and that for all the time he comes to work, that 45,000 cannot even pay the transport to work. So it shows clearly that today that Nigerians are suffering. So he said, how does he do it? That he needs to leave his house as early as 5 a.m. and he's going to walk from Maraba. He will walk close down before he will now get a vehicle in order to reduce the transport that he pays to work. So Musa is his name. Musa is just an indication of what Nigerians are passing through today. I think that just as my colleague said, that before now, the modus operandi of labor has been quite different. But we said, okay, the government has told us that they are going to create alternatives. The government told us that they are going to bring about palliatives. We said, okay, let us listen and let us even watch these palliatives and these alternatives. Maybe it could be better. Because the conversation we were having sometime in 2020, we're talking about CNG as alluded to. Let us see how this government could fast track these processes. Yes, we understand that today we have challenges on CNG infrastructures, because the cities where you could deploy CNG as it stands today is somewhere maybe around some places in Lagos, some places in Port Harcourt. I'm not quite sure any state in the north could support that system today. So we understand that clearly. But from that conversation we're having in 2020, there were some presentations that were made by some representatives of government and even some people in the private sector, saying that within 3 months, these are the numbers they will be able to deploy. Within 6 months, these are the numbers they will be able to deploy. So that this could be a partnership between government and the private sector. But since this thing has gone in the last 2 months plus, we have not seen any traction. We have not seen any real sense of urgency to address this issue. We listened to the broadcast of Mr. President, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We listened to his broadcast. And when we had a meeting with him, we also told him that what he said is not far-reaching enough. Yes, we could take that as a baseline. But it is not far-reaching enough, and also the timeline that is also prescribed. Because you want to make intervention, as for this intervention, you are saying that it will come before the second quarter of 2024. How will Nigerians survive before then? So we said as well that, for example, the issue of buses, that we are providing about 3,000 buses for 36 states and FCT, that we felt that it is grossly inadequate. But that 3,000, we can take that as a baseline, but we could do much more. Because Mr. President told the Nigerian public, the citizens, his subjects, that for 2 months, that they have saved 1 trillion naira. So our members have been asking us, if government has saved 1 trillion naira for 2 months, and we are getting close to the end of the 3rd month, it means that by 3 months, it will be 1.5 trillion naira. Why can't we use that money to completely attack this problem and reduce the sufferings of Nigeria? Why can't, for example, we have interaction with the state governors to let them understand that, okay, let us pause our fact sharing. Let us collectively come together and resolve this problem and bring the tension that we are currently facing in the country and reduce the sufferings that Nigerians are currently facing. So if they pause it for 3 months and say, okay, this entire money, because we have had this problem, this subsidy issue for the last 30, 40 years. So the fact that what Labour are saying today majorly is palliatives and alternatives. So if we tarry a while for just 3 months to say, okay, all the savings in 3 months, let us put it into area A, area B, area C, I think it will go a long way in assuaging the feelings of Nigerians. Then Mr. President, sir, he talked about this thing. And they said that before the GCO and NPC. So we believe what they have said. But the fact that we believe them, we are also going to be very pushy. Pengasan, it's an affiliate of TUC. And today, I also doubled as the president of Pengasan. So one of the things we have been agitating, and also with Nupeng, that is an affiliate of NLC. So both Pengasan and Nupeng, we have been agitating over the years that fix this refinery. And after fixing it, you bring in the NLNG model in running the refinery. One of the success stories, Mr. President, as you rightly know, that an institution that has been managed very well, that today the Nigerian government, we are reaping dividends year in, year out, has been the NLNG. So what we have been advocating, and we want you to also help us champion this, is that when the refineries are fixed, let us not go back to business as usual. When we fix the refinery, we should look for that is already working, and the model is a workable model that we could bring in. And we were also happy when we saw the committee set up by Mr. President on the energy subcommittee before he was sworn in. So in that committee, when we read the report, they also proposed that the NLNG model should be the way to go. And we are keen in on that. That is the direction and the way to go to make our refinery to continuously work. Because the issues are not just fixing the refineries today, but after fixing them, how do you get it to remain in operation? How do you look? What will be the operation strategy? What is going to be the maintenance culture and the maintenance strategy? How are we going to be sure that tomorrow, when the parts are bad, you have stocks in your warehouse to replace these parts? So this, we think that when we imbibe this, it is going to work, sir. Then, sir, to stress a little bit on the cost of governance, Nigerians today, sir, if you take a sample of what Nigerians think today, Nigerians clearly believe that you are asking us, you are the political class, you are asking us to keep sacrificing, but we have not seen the palpable sacrifice from both the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. We have not seen that sacrifice. We told this to Mr. President. We told him, for example, that Nigerians are shouting that your convoy, the length of your convoy, it could not, the cost may be so insignificant. We understand. But at times, you do some things to let the people understand that you understand their pains and you understand their feelings. And we also want to thank Senator Gbega Daniel. We saw the letter that he wrote. It was quite instructive because our members in Ogun State, they forwarded us a letter saying that he's not going to earn any allowance from the state because he's a senator. And because he's joining allowance from the Senate. But today we have a lot of former governors who sits in the Senate, who earn salaries from their state, and they still earn sitting in the Senate. I think if that is correct, those are some of the signals we need to show to the people. Those are some of the optics we need to let the people understand. That yes, we are asking you to tighten your belt. Yes, we are asking you to sacrifice. Yes, you are passing through these sufferings. But these are some of the things we will do on our own to identify with you. Then coming to some of the recent issues that has happened. At times, some things are very necessary. We understand, distinguished senators, some things are necessary for us to do. But the timing of some of the decisions we also make infuriate the people. And when the people put pressure on the leadership, it will be difficult for us to fold our arms and not to act. For example, the issue of the 70 billion, and I will stop here. Let's assume it is clearly, stated in the act, is in the law. It is something we need to do. But at times, if we could have tarried a little while to say, okay, what we can do is let us face the issues affecting the people. We can address this even 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months away. But when we bring issues like that, even if 70 billion is, to use it to fix this edifice may not be something too significant, in quotes. But when it is modeled up with the president of the country saying that they are going to spend 500 billion palliatives on the people, people will start doing addition and subtraction. So at times, some things may be expedient, but the time of implementation or the time of announcing of such thing may be things we would work around. So I think I will stop here, sir. I think the president of NLC has alluded to lots of this.